I have an existence outside of your perception, a perception that I have no control over. You have an existence outside of my reach, an existence that I have no control over. With your independent mind, I pose the question, what does it mean anymore? I was told that losing griefs, depressions, resilient uprisings against the mind and body, erased from history. Within this life, tell me what does it mean? The breath of life in surviving, to revere a continuous flow of time, upon a new dawn, after the evil had been exiled, and the weapons failed to prosper. I know who I am, what I fought against my inspirations by asking, what value do these moments have? What do they mean? Time to let go of overthinking, because when has that ever served me? Told these ambitions to get behind me, I take action upon this new beginning. Many closures and concluded experiences, must be patience to the soul. That focus is rebuked as I cast off such animosity and create with sincerity. I walk this path with sincerity, based on what's been my reality. That matters, that means something.
Well, I was putting some heat today.
I've been wrong.
I live in every part of me, all the life for which I yearn to seek, cause in life with what I choose to speak. We've been through it, yeah, many times. I remember what sparked the light. You know, you know, you know, you know, cause I've been knowing connections in my memory, all those moments which just led to be. Joy prevails, the rest is dead to me. All the years that we verify and proceed with a solid mind. You know, you know, you know, you know.
Keep on persevering and believing in yourself. It's a part of being human to go through daily battles, challenges and situations. And it may seem like these issues will never end, but trust me, it's short-lived.
To restore your faith, first you need to believe in yourself. You need to believe you can do it. You need to believe that this is not the only way of being. So when I'm overthinking, I have to catch myself in that loop of thought, and the overthinking pattern needs to be brought down to a point where you seek guidance, seek change, and break your habitual way of thinking, and you need to change it to rewire your brain, and to rewire the pattern in your brain. seek guidance and seek solutions to that behavioral pattern that makes you overthink every time, that makes you not be present every time. How do you do it? You breathe the air that you're right now in here, right here.
So tired, posted in the night, thinking about my life, when my mind's set on fire, higher. So tired, everything's a riot, chaos from the minds, yeah, struggle if I survive. So tired, everything's a riot, time is all in my eye, time is stuck in the mire. So tired, shift that rise to fire, realize that from my life, and in my mind it replays. I'd rather walk away, and in my mind it replays. I'd rather walk away, and in my mind it replays. I'd rather walk away, and in my mind it replays. I'd rather walk away from this.
Right back to the corners of this heavy brain, walking through the matters of this madness, I might go insane. Mind of fire, nights and lighters, I'm feeling tired,
and in my mind it replays. I'd rather walk away, and in my mind it replays. I'd rather walk away, and in my mind it replays. I'd rather walk away, and in my mind it replays. I'd rather walk away. So tired, cause I fought the fight. No truth had been honored, so the cycle clutches tight. So tired, new stage of my life, acclimating to the worst, don't want to compromise. So tired, after all this time, I'm already spoken for what's been said by some time. So tired, once for fire with fire, so what good is the fire? And in my mind it replays. I'd rather walk away, and in my mind it replays. I'd rather walk away, and in my mind it replays. I'd rather walk away, and in my mind it replays. I'd rather walk away from this.
s'assume s'ils sont tendrement. Mon esprit un papillon. Comme un papillon, les sons s'assument s'ils sont tendrement. Mon esprit un papillon. Comme un papillon, les sons s'assument s'ils sont tendrement. Mon esprit un papillon. Les sons sans souci sont tendrement.
I know my direction and I'm feeling protected. I know what I'm saying and I need your reflection. Life keeps calling the melody. Should've loved me, but they don't really necessary. Ooh, I know my direction and I'm feeling protected. I know what I'm saying when I'm glowing no ever. I make sure that they remember me. Love me, but they don't really necessary. Telling them straight, doing all I could so I stay ahead of the race. I heard they wait for us to fall, that was never the case. And I was not till I'm in front of the heavenly gates. Word, so I'm telling them straight, doing all I can so I stay ahead of the race. I heard they wait for us to fall, but that's never the case. And I was not till I'm in front of the heavenly gates. Okay. Furthermore, I pray for the blessing to God, girl. Of course, I heard my wits about me, never see mine slipping. If they ain't on my levels, cause they never had a vision of freedom. My mind, couple guys still in prison, chained by their old words, shackled by criticism. Pray that they won't stay, see things a little different. Notice the bigger picture, let go with the inhibitions.
is the condition. They will let thinking. They can operate from that place. See? So I then started into that place and asked for blood to cleanse that place. I was aware of aspects of myself that was unforgiving. See? And holding on to negative things. So that's one way in which when someone's actions and words can sow something in you can be offended or see them like a seed. Even it starts to grow. And if you allow that, it will bear fruit and that fruit becomes seeds and that seed will then affect you. That will affect someone else and you then will take that same thing, I am the same thing, and offend someone in the same way. And it will become connected to darkness. You see what I mean? That's one way in which the enemy can you receive it. But the best way is for you not to receive it in the first place. But you see something else to say, but I didn't receive it. It didn't bother me. It didn't bother me myself. But I was aware of it. I was always about to help people understand things. Now, how you interpret that is, she's saying, well, I'm not going to take anything out of the door, so you can be as a bad person, especially you've heard that so many times, you can be offended at that. But I just said, I didn't let it sow into my spirit. But to develop that, you have to be in a position where that's happened over and over and over. And then you come back and think, I should have said this, I should have said that, if I had said this, she should have said that, I would have done this, I would have done that. What that means is that that thing's something that's so into you. I came back, I didn't even think about it. I would know it happened, but it didn't get so into my spirit. Do you understand? So whatever that action of that demon wanted to pass or to sow into me wasn't sowing. It's a very important place. Very important.
Hey, what you saying? I got a question to ask you, and please feel free to answer in any type of way that you want. Get personal, consensual, philosophical, any type of way. I do not mind, just answer my question. What about life, the human experience, or your own lived experience has you in states of overthinking?
Overthinking. I would say usually like the unknown.
Okay.
Like just having no idea what to expect or having no idea what the outcome will be of a said thing, like, you know what I mean? Usually I think when I have a lot of emotions attached to something, I overthink.
I overthink about my mental health. I overthink about my life, where it's going. I overthink about the weather. Anything can be overthunk about, if that's even a word. I honestly latch onto overthinking like it's a protective cloak, and I hold on to it. And I think in a way it kind of protects me. I don't know. Maybe it protects my thoughts.
Financial freedom. Like how can I reach a state of financial freedom? Time as currency as well. How can I effectively kind of clear a path for myself to have time? I would think about time, money, where I'm going to end up in the future as well. That's one scary thing. That's the one that scares me the most. Like,
the next one is how would you define overthinking?
I guess it's something that is constantly on your mind. Like you ruminate over the past, over the future. You know, it could persist for days, weeks, months, even years for some people, and that's what I define as overthinking.
I would define overthinking as busy, persistent thoughts that often follow scenarios past their natural conclusion.
I would define overthinking as a method that can destroy or create blossom and glow. I think that overthinking is a tool and also a hindrance. I think that there is a big balance when it comes to overthinking. It is a scale. I see overthinking as a scale that you have to kind of balance out. It's not like one's right, one's wrong. It's never black and white. I think that overthinking is way too not linear.
To me, overthinking is when your mind can't think in a linear manner. Yeah. So you're trying to think A, B, C, but you know that process is blocked off, and instead you're just spiraling. That makes sense to me, at least. I'm just trying to like visualize how I overthink. So for me, I'll be trying to like calm myself down by going A, B, C, D. But instead of going A, B, C, D, I'm going from A to Z to C to E. But like it's just not. It's not computing. If I was to put a colour on it as well, it would be like dark blue, hints of like, pinks, but dark pinks. Like the palette's just dark.
Is there anything about being in London that makes you overthink, or that contributes to it?
For sure. I mean, I grew up in Brixton, still live in Brixton, and I remember distinctive memories of like knives being drawn on me, a gun being drawn at me at one point. You know what I mean? Man, them just rolling up like, yo, what you got for me? Like that era, like, you know what I mean? So like there was a lot of anxiety, a lot of overthinking attached to even just coming home from school. I don't know, for me it's like when you see a guy that looks similar to you, like, and he's walking up to you and you don't know who he is, and he's got his hand in his pocket or something, and he's got like a mad look on his face, but he's just maybe having a bad day and he's just walking past it. But it's that, I don't want to say PTSD because it's not that bad, but like it's that overthinking that makes you think like, oh, like what's about to happen right now.
London in itself is a catalyst for overthinking. I mean, it itself is just a thunderfuck of so much random things that could push you to overthink. But I think that rent, looking for somewhere to live, trying to find a home, trying to stay in that home, always thinking about ways that you can keep out of problems. You can't not overthink in this city, and especially being that I live in Southeast London.
Is there anything about the industry that you're in that makes you overthink?
Yeah. For me at least, but right now I feel like I'm trying my best not to like pigeonhole myself into just painting, innit? Just being known as an artist. I feel like there's that phrase. That phrase is like a jack of all trades isn't a master of one, but like jack of all trades is better than the master of one, or something along those lines. So I feel like I want to try and embody that. Like I want to be a jack of all trades. I want to one day be able to maybe, let's say, have like a 10-year career in painting, but then one day just be like, nah, I want to do production. Let me go into music production. Let me write a film.
Has your faith, identity, or upbringing in relation to wider society played a role in making you overthink?
But I wouldn't say I overthink in relation to wider society. Like I'm very solid in who I am now, and I'm constantly affirmed by like my friends, my community, the environments I'm in. Upbringing, I guess. With upbringing, I just overthink, and I think a lot about unpacking trauma. So yeah, always just trying to be aware of that, and I'm quite critical of my actions and my choices. I interrogate everything I do to make sure I know where it's stemming from, and to know whether it's harmful to me or other people, or how it might benefit me or other people.
Am I a product of being with a certain group of people? Am I a product of my family upbringing, like bringing me up with this religion? Am I a product of, I don't know, academia? Like, who am I? And then I think I don't even think about it as much as I do now. I feel like I've managed to accept that you can take a piece of everything and just kind of create your own little, your own little being.
Is there anything about how we view history that has you overthinking?
I mean, I do kind of remember our teacher telling us that before the Enlightenment period, there was like literally nothing and no other, like that was the beginning of everything. And I was just like, but who said this? Because my people, I'm sorry, but I'm a Pacific Islander. My people were sea navigators. Thousands of years before a white person ever thought to conquer the ocean. And they've been doing that since 55,000 years. So I was just like, perhaps maybe they put a little bit too much importance on, the British.
Do you ever think what family is?
Yeah, that's a bit. I think that's one thing that I think about the most. Seeing other people's family dynamics and how everyone's family dynamic is bare different. So I feel like I'm still. That's like I thought about it yesterday morning. I thought about it like literally on the way here. I think family is something I actually think about the most. Like, what is a family? I feel like I'm still building an idea of what a family is. Like in my head, I have an idea of what I would like to be as a father, innit? If I ever do become a father, like.
Do you overthink about life experiences that have caused a significant change for you?
The other day, actually, I was driving on Tower Bridge, over Tower Bridge, and I was wondering why there was there was a bit of traffic that was like built up. So I just like overtook, like I didn't even wait, like I just overtook, and there was like a off like police van. I thought I was gonna get pulled over or something, but then as soon as I looked to my left, there's a woman on the other side of the bridge hanging off, and like I don't know why, like that. Well, I do know why, but like that, like image is like always in my head. It's really weird. Like I haven't been able to forget that.
Yes, so death, definitely death. I feel like being close to death, near-death experiences, those kinds of things, like it will definitely have an impact on you. Because before, I'm gonna get personal. Before I lost my brother, I've always had this death positive outlook. Like, that's just life, and that's, it's inevitable. And then the moment it happened, I realized that it's normal for people to feel like why did this happen? It's very human to be like that.
How do you emancipate yourself from overthinking? When I'm overthinking in a negative way, I just kind of remind myself who I am. Like, I am that bitch. Like, I trust myself to make the right decisions. I trust myself and how I perceive the world and how I interact with people. I trust my judgment. I trust my character. I feel confident in how I physically present myself, outwardly present myself, and who I am on the inside. I'm confident in my intelligence and my empathy.
Going outside, because now I remember. The reason why I said going outside is because sometimes when you're cooped up inside your house, you feel like you're the only person in this world, and the people that you know are the only people in this world. When you go outside, you see so many people, hundreds, thousands of people, and you realize that, the world is so much bigger than your circle.
The only way that you can emancipate yourself from overthinking, really and truly, is just day-to-day practice. There's no set way to get rid of this overthinking. It's not something that you should think about getting rid of. It's something that you should learn to manage. So I would say it's a day-to-day process until you finally feel like you have control. I'd say treat it like a 5 a day. Like a 5 a day thing. Like you have a 5 a day fruits. But the way to personally emancipate yourself from overthinking is to give yourself the time and patience.
For me, it's prayer. Like it's a big help for me. Also, like talking to people, like talking to someone, like whether it be a therapist or someone that loves you and has your best intentions at heart, and also to always remember, like, you're not alone.
Overthinking, overthinking.
Thank you. Really appreciate you guys being a part of this project for sure.